Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and there's going to be yet another delay in the SEC vs. Ripple case. Looks like discovery isn't going to end until maybe some point in March, and don't be surprised if this case isn't complete until perhaps maybe even the end of May. Just don't be surprised, unless of course there's some sort of settlement. But if you're talking about this case being fully adjudicated, yeah, we've got some more delays up in here. Good times, right? This is exactly what everybody wanted to do. This is not the first video where I had to start out by reporting such news. Yet again, how many times is this 4 or 5 times now? I think I've lost count. Yeah, I've officially lost count. I'm pretty sure it's either the 4th or 5th time that this has actually happened. Kind of ridiculous. So I'm going to give you the specifics here. Also, some rather incredible news. A little-known video clip of Jay Clayton has emerged thanks to an XRP community member who is just searching the Webernets for any little tidbits, any little morsels of conflicting information from asshats at the SEC, and you would not believe what this guy found. I'm not going to teach. I'll tell you here at the outset, and then I'll just show you the specifics later on because I transcribed this thing for you, the relevant portion anyway. But Jay Clayton, in video, he literally acknowledged that the Bill Hinman speech, the Ethereum free pass speech, that he acknowledged quite literally that that is the official SEC position. I will share with you verbatim what he said in full context. And this, you would think, would be very damning, because all the other clips like that where we've had, Bill Hinman use the word we, because who's he referencing? We. He's referencing the SEC, presumably, right? Well, now you've got Jay Clayton saying that we, and who is we? Clearly the SEC. And just wait, it's completely absurd. I'm amazed that this video clip exists, and there's nothing else quite as damning as this on this front that I've ever seen. And I'll explain to you why it hasn't seen the light of day until right now. But I do want to be clear at the outset, I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I'm not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So here's the latest update from attorney James Filan, who is a member of the XRP community. He wrote, hashtag XRP Community, hashtag SEC vs. Ripple. In a text-only order, Judge Netburn granted, in part, the SEC's request for extension of time regarding reconsideration of her DPP ruling. And so, for those of you that may have missed it, the SEC has requested that Judge Netburn reconsider the DPP ruling. And so this is the ruling within the last several days or so, where the judge ultimately determined, it's kind of a mixed bag. It was more favorable for the SEC than Ripple, unfortunately. But one of the things that the judge decided Ripple's supposed to get is Bill Hinman's, any sort of emails circulating through the SEC having to do with Bill Hinman's Ethereum free pass speech. And who knows, there could be some rather damning information associated with that. The SEC has come back and said, hey, we want you to reconsider this. Here's why. So they're effectively continuing the argument. And you got to wonder at this point, given how hard they're pushing for this, what is it that they're hiding? What is so damning in there that they don't want Ripple or anyone else to see? I don't know, but I'm rather curious. And so looks like looks like the judge is actually going to go along and humor the SEC, which has also resulted in a delay. So anyway, James Filan continues here though. The order provides as follows, and this is what the judge wrote here now. The SEC's request is granted in part. The SEC may file any motion for reconsideration by February 17th, 2022, and the defendants may file their response by February 25th, 2022. No reply briefs are permitted. Briefs shall be limited to 10 pages double-spaced, and the publicly filed versions should be minimally redacted. The SEC may submit 10 additional documents for in-camera review along with its motion. The deadline for either party to file an objection to District Judge Torres from the court's January 13th, 2022 opinion and order is stayed until 14 days from a decision on the motion for reconsideration. So that's it. That's the text-only order. That's it in its entirety. Now, Attorney John Deaton saw that, and he retweeted that thread from Attorney James Filan, and Attorney John Deaton wrote the following. Hard to spin this favorably. Maybe attorney Jeremy Hogan can find the silver lining. The only thing I can think of is maybe the judge suspects the SEC will not only appeal her decision to Judge Torres, but also to the Second Circuit, and she wants to issue a bulletproof decision. And I gotta admit, this is a thought that I had entered my mind on and off. Anytime it seems like the SEC was getting favorable treatment, whether it's just these extensions, whatever it may be, and I've probably articulated this a bit, but I would frequently think when the SEC would get a win along those lines, I'm thinking, they're sitting there thinking, okay, I don't know how this is necessary, so is it just the judge trying to make sure that this thing is appeal-proof, effectively, so that once this is done, it's going to be very difficult for the SEC and come back if they lose, to extra difficult for them to appeal? I don't know, it's just a thought that entered my mind here. Now, an XRP community member named Jay responded to John Deaton there and wrote, "Don't spin it favorably, just give us your brutally honest opinions." Which John Deaton certainly did, and he responded with the following. "I'm disappointed and surprised. I believe there was a good chance we would see a text order stating denied. Nothing more, nothing less. But I've always stated I probably wouldn't be a good judge due to a lack of patience or judicial temperament." And so attorney Jeremy Hogan, he did share his take on this. And again, you note that John Deaton said, hey, maybe attorney Jeremy Hogan can find a silver lining. Well, here's what Jeremy Hogan said. "There's no silver lining in this ruling granting the SEC extensions of time. Even if the order on the motion for reconsideration is eventually upheld. Now discovery won't conclude until March at the earliest. This case is like watching Yoda's death scene over and over and over." So not exactly ideal. So don't be surprised if this case goes, close to halfway through this freaking year. It's just completely absurd. It's just delay. Freaking asshats, man. Shout out to XRP community member Wheezy, who tagged me along with a number of others in the community. He's the one that discovered the aforementioned Jay Clayton clip, which is extremely damning. Now, mind you, the judge has already found that Bill Hinman's speech is just his personal opinion. That's what the judge has said. Maybe she'll reconsider it because the SEC is asking her to. But the judge has found that the Bill Hinman speech, it's just his personal opinion. And since it's just his personal opinion, they can't claim any privilege. So the bright side to that is we can get any emails associated with it. But if it were not just his opinion, if it were official, all these documents have to do with deliberations behind the scene, and it's an official SEC position, well, then we wouldn't get those documents. But perhaps such a scenario would be more favorable. Why? Well, because if it's the official SEC position that Ethereum is not a security, if that's the case, then you could certainly, rather easily, I'd say, argue that if you look at the criteria that Bill Hinman set forth in that speech, XRP satisfies it even better than Ethereum is. And mind you, also, there was no ICO. There was no XRP ICO. There was no Ripple IPO. XRP was created before Ripple, the company, even existed. So perhaps it would be even better because then, if that's the test, then what does Ripple even have to do at that point, right? Just be like, yeah, okay, well, here's your official position, SEC. Now here's how XRP applies. And it would seem to be, to me anyway, I'm just a layperson, but it would seem to look like an open and shut case at that point. But of course, SEC will make all sorts of arguments that I don't even think they believe. But anyway, so Wheezy here, he's at Nerd Nation on Twitter, tagged me along, like I said, along with a number of others. And there's this speech at an entrepreneur festival. And this was the video was uploaded anyway, on September 19th, 2018. And this clip, there's a reason that nobody found it until now. It's because it's a very small YouTube channel. And so there's 198 subscribers at the time that I'm recording this video, and the whole video only has 263 views. And presumably a lot of that's because people clicked on it today thanks to this link. So who knows? But before Wheezy uncovered this, who knows how many people had seen this? It's just it's not a dig against the channel. It's just it happens to be a small channel. It's obscure, so the odds that anybody would come across this clip were rather low. But the video exists. Isn't it great to be living in the age of the internet? The answer is yes, my friends. The answer is definitely yes. And so here's the relevant portion, and I transcribed this, and this is absolutely astonishing. I've never seen a video clip that makes it more clear what this Ethereum free pass speech actually is. So this is from then SEC Chair Jay Clayton. He said the following: Bill Hinman recently outlined the approach we take to evaluate whether a digital asset is a security. And I encourage you to take a look at Bill's speech, which is available on our website. Folks, think about this. Judge Netburn found that this is just the personal opinion of Bill Hinman. Jay Clayton disagrees. Jay Clayton, again, said, here's the quote again. Bill Hinman recently outlined the approach we take to evaluate whether a digital asset is a security. And I encourage you to take a look at Bill's speech, which is available on our website. So there you go. He's admitting this is the SEC official position, and Bill was just the messenger. There you go. Astonishing stuff, right? He literally said this. It's on video. It's heavily circulated at this point. And so you got to kind of wonder, what's this going to do to the case? Like, will the judge actually reconsider? Because I don't know if the judge is going to be looking at a clip as specific as this, but it's very clear. It's crystal clear that what we've been screaming from the rooftops is true. Now, of course, like I said, the negative to that would be any documents associated with that Hinman speech. If this is in fact the case, then that probably would and should be privileged information that Ripple and nobody should get. If it really is, because that's how it works. That's just how it works. But I still kind of think I'd rather have it be the case that this is official decree from the SEC, because that's good for XRP. That's really, really, really good for XRP and very good for Ripple, I would think anyway. And so anyway, thanks again, Wheezy, for tagging me there. And Attorney John Deaton retweeted that also and wrote the following: Great job as always, XRP community. All Ripple and XRP holders have to do is meet the standard that Nancy Wojtas, who was present at the Ether free pass meetings with the SEC, has articulated. If a project can show it's slightly more decentralized than Ether, you're not a security. All right. Exactly. And so that's, and I've highlighted her before, if you're wondering who Nancy is. She's just one of the people. She works at, I think the firm she's with now is Cooley something or other. I can't remember for sure. But she actually previously worked at the SEC as well. It's funny how they all know each other. And she had some sort of impact and was at these meetings having to do with the Ethereum free pass speech that ultimately came about. And so again, she articulated, if a project shows it's slightly more decentralized than Ether, you're not a security. That's based on the Bill Hinman speech. That's what it says. And Jay Clayton here says that's official decree from the SEC. We at the SEC, this is what we're going by. That's it. He freaking said it. He literally absolutely said it. It's just crazy, man. And so who is we? Who when Bill Hinman says we, when Jay Clayton says we, who's we? We is the SEC. Of course it's the SEC. Take a look at this, though, and this made me laugh here. You guys familiar with XRP The Standard Productions? You gotta love this. XRP The Standard Productions is basically like The Onion, but just for the XRP community. It's just a parody account here. And so here's this tweet from XRP The Standard Productions, which just says, breaking. Here, I'll just make this picture full screen, too, so you guys might want to take a look at this here. This is ridiculous. Oops, I messed it up. Here we go. XRP Productions uncovers shocking photos that finally explain what Hinman meant by saying we. How did no one notice this before? And you can see there's a little picture of a tiny Gary Gensler poking up out of the pocket of Bill Hinman at his now infamous speech, June 14th, 2018, the Ethereum free pass speech. There's Gary Gensler, a tiny Gary Gensler just poking up. And here's a zoomed in version of it. You gotta love this stuff. Oh, good times here. Good times here. So yeah, case is delayed further. This is real life. And Jay Clayton has admitted that Bill Hinman's speech was official decree of the SEC, meaning that if Ethereum's not a security, sure as hell XRP is not either. So the saga continues. Really steams my vegetables, folks. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.